Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review, we're going to be looking at the War for Cybertron Kingdom Pipes figure. So, what we're going to do with this video, we're going to unbox him live in a second, have a look at the entire contents of the packaging. We're going to do some comparisons with him and his original Generation 1 self. We'll do some more comparisons with him, some other figures that have released of him down the lines, and of course, other figures which share the same mould as him. And as well as having a detailed look at him in each mode so we can decide how you want to display him. Before we get started, I'd like to thank Robot Recruits because that's where I pre-ordered this from, and as soon as it was in stock they sent it out to me nice and safely. Let's also now admire this beautiful, again, beautiful packaging art. So it's so good for so many reasons. A, it's just brilliant because you've just got to look at it, it's fantastic. But also I think for the people who collect mint in seal box, just to keep the box like that on display, I'm sure you'll agree, I think it just looks stunning. Oh, there's a reflecting. I just think it's brilliant, and it's about time that they started, which they have done in all of these lines, should I say. They seem to neglect the boxes before they did this War for Cybertron toy line, but they've totally made up for it now. It's even starting at Siege. There is the brilliant Kingdom also artwork, and then if we switch it at the back, we can see it's going to take 17 steps to transform him, and of course he's looking very familiar because I've already pulled up the Huffer figure that came out before him. Right, let's take him out of the box then. And yeah, this is one of the ones that seemed to take for ages to come out in the UK, but obviously we're glad he's over here now. I did do a video finding him in some of the stores, but as I said, this was from Robot Recruits. They've got some in stock as well. Right, let's carefully open up this. So this is pre-Hasbro's attempt at reducing all their plastic waste, because obviously there's a plastic window, and then these are all still in normal tie wraps. Now I'm presuming that when we turn him around, yep, the blasters are behind there, and we can just quickly see there that that is ARC. Right, what I'm going to do now though, I'm just going to quickly separate him free from there, and we'll continue after that. Okay, he's set free, and now we're going to do first impressions. And when I do this, that is exactly that. And what I'm about to say may surprise some of you, but I deliberately stay away from anybody else's reviews of the newer figures. So literally my first impressions are exactly that. And I'm blown away, and I never knew that this was there on the back. I absolutely love that, because that's a brilliant homage straight away to G1. I honestly never knew it was there, and of course in the package it was like that, so I wasn't able to see the back of this with the big Autobot logo on. So I'm really impressed with that. The head sculpt looks good. If I want to be a bit picky or pedantic, I suppose the mouth plate is a little bit too high maybe compared to the original G1 figure, which I'll show you in a second. As you can see, it does turn all the way around, and it does tilt up and down ever so slightly as well. You can see that the arms are going to go all the way around, out to the side. We've got a waist, yeah, we've got the waist tilt. We've even got a mini waist crunch, see, like an ab crunch there. We've got the hips, full rotation, knees, and ankles. Pretty much, again, exactly what you'd expect from these newer figures. That's why I don't do too much talking about the articulation. It's just as expected. Now I think the only thing I'd be picking up is if it wasn't. We've got some lovely translucent plastic there for the window, lovely color scheme. Yes, the back of the legs are still hollow obviously, but I think he looks great. I really do. Right, let's have a detailed look at him now in his alternate mode then. Okay, here he is in his alternate mode. Quick apologies for no transformation on camera. That is put in a separate video to keep the length of this video down. And as you can see, he looks really, really good. If we want to be picky, we can again, because I think we're allowed to be, being the fact that this is the 4th time that they've used this mould, and it's still got, you can see how it lips up. You can't really properly straighten it out, and I think this is a problem from literally the first time they used this mould with Huffer. However, I still think it looks really good. I'm not biased. I just, as I say, I think that it is a pain in the bum, but it just doesn't bother me, mainly for the reason that I don't display in the alternate modes. I do like the alternate mode. I do think it looks good. It is just a pain in the bum, and I want to make you guys aware of the fact that it does still lift up. We've got the 2 guns as well, which you've got a choice of. You can either put them on the back like so, And you can see this has got so many 5mm ports. It's got some there, it's got some on the side, it's got them on the side of the truck here at the back. So not only with these weapons, you know, with some of the fossilizer weapons, and I've seen pictures of him powered up with Slammer more than anybody else, in honesty. I think that looks quite cool there, to be honest. Wouldn't even have thought of doing that. And of course you can pop them there in the back, and of course, because as we know from the transformation process on the other models as well, that his hands are there as well. So I'm hazarding a guess, will it fit? No, it won't all fit, but you can fit them on the side like this. And of course, because it's got the 5mm pegs on the back, we can take, I don't have an Earthrise Optimus Prime, but I've got the Nemesis Prime here, and it can of course tow one of them. I think it's really good. I don't know what it is. I really like the mould. There is a problem with the mould and how it all fits together, which I've just highlighted to you. But for me, I don't know what it is. I just think it's really good. If we want to be picky again, comparing it with G1, they perhaps could have given us chrome arms for the side. But otherwise, it's not far off at all, to be honest. It's a good little figure. I like the fact that, you know, you've got the detail there, the windscreen wipers, the bumper, all the grille. And again, yeah, maybe I'm biased, I don't know, but I like it. It is a pain that it does curve up, but I just wanted to point that out to you, as I say. Right, we're going to come back for the final time with some comparisons in his robot mode. Okay, we're back for the final time, and as you can see, he's in his robot mode, and this is the way that I'm going to be displaying him. So let's see how he looks with his accessories. Now, if we turn him to the side, I pretty much pointed out all of these when he was in his alternate mode. You can see we've got all these ports all down the side, so you can, of course, literally attach these to any of them. Now, I'm going to do probably the most obscure one first and foremost, which is just above his knees. But it works, and I'm not going to lie, I think it looks okay. Of course, it will look better in his hands, but this is just to give you an idea of the things that you can do, because of course you can put fossilizers and weaponizers in his hands as well, so it's just another option. Of course, the most standard way, which you will see him displayed, will be with the weapons in his hands, and again, he looks good, and I'm probably, in all honesty, going to be displaying him in this particular way myself. But what I also really like is the fact that, yes, you can attach them to the forearms, and the main reason for this is because of the homage to G1. So what I'll show you, well, I'll show you exactly what I mean by that, because of course the G1 figure of Pipes had the chrome arms, and they did look a little bit like that. So that's a brilliant little homage there that you've got. Well, I've got him in my hand. You may remember from one of the first segments I mentioned about the visor coming up over his mouth. You can see that on this particular figure it comes much higher. You can still see his eyes, so it still looks fine, but this one isn't anywhere near as high, but it still looks good. Let's keep him there for a bit of a comparison as well then. And again, to be honest, there isn't a real one, is there? It's so good, and I'll touch on this a little bit more in a minute, how much they've improved the mini-bot range of figures, shall we say. Right, let's pop these while I'm still talking in the top for a different angle. And then what I mean by that is, you'll see again now when I bring up the last figure that I've got of Pipes in the Generations toy line, and it is, I think that's the Combiner Wars version of him. And I mean, this figure's okay, it's obviously a step up from this, but it's nowhere near on the same level of this. And what I really like is the fact, and this is maybe why I'm a little biased towards him, because when I first got Huffer I just loved him, and it's really nice that they've given these a fantastic upgrade. The upgrade is brilliant. From usually you'd get a mini bot and it'd be like a tiny, for instance, like that Legends scale, and it just wouldn't be up to spec. But whereas now this guy is brilliant, and do you know what, that probably is exactly why I'm a little bit biased towards it, because what I'm going to do now is show you the other uses of the mold for this particular figure. So this was the original one, so there's Huffer, and again, when I first got him, blown away by him, absolutely loved the fact that we've got, again, deluxe mini bots. You can see the slight differences in the shoulders, obviously the head sculpt and the chest, etc., but it's basically the same mold. And then we got Puffer, which I just thought was brilliant. And if I just slightly move all these over, so the irony of all this is that we got obviously Pipes last, and we even got these two, the golden disc ones, before we got Pipes. So the irony is that he was the last one for us to get in the UK, and we had Puffer way before him. But yeah, I really like these molds. I think they're brilliant. There is a problem, obviously, when he's in his alternate mode, and they haven't managed to fix that through any of them. But for me, I just love it. I think it's fantastic. So I hope this helped you with your decision, whether you wanted to get one for yourselves. Yeah, it's entirely up to you. I am, as I say, I am biased towards these guys. I'm just going to stick the back part up a little more because I think they look brilliant. But yeah, that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think and if you want to get one as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.
Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.